time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And the Merman. How you doing today, Murray?
Yeah, I'm all right.
That's awesome. I love when the Merman's all right, because Merman's all right means that he's actually fantastic.
Merman's on fire.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film, and we will watch it if it played anywhere in the world in a cinema. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, canyonmeadowscinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
What's amazing Murman predict? What's amazing Murman predict? What's amazing Murman predict?
You love that way too much.
I'm just so digging this music.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much I love this music.
Somebody likes it. Yeah, you gents went to a few movies.
We did.
In addition to the awesome 12-hour spectacle that we
Yes.
This has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with it. We're not going to talk about anything we saw at that 12-hour movie
Although
marathon.
Maybe you should.
Probably should.
Yeah, the first one you guys saw was Freelance with Mr. John Cena, who I enjoy quite a bit.
Who's Lance and why are we freeing him?
I don't know why he's free. Apparently, Cena was like a hitman or something. I don't know.
No.
I thought he was something like that. He was like The Rock anyway.
He was like The Rock, only different.
Only not quite as rocky.
Not quite as rockish. Yeah, I actually thought Jim might enjoy this because we saw the trailer and it looked maybe funny. But everything I've heard, he didn't.
What? You didn't hear anything? That was just Bryce.
No, I'm pretty sure you mentioned it too.
Oh, damn.
Why are you giving him clues before the podcast?
I pay attention. So yeah, seeing as kind of movie this was, I'm pretty sure you both raged about it.
But it's got John Cena.
It does have John Cena.
I love John Cena.
I know you do.
John Cena's the best.
I know. But this is not your kind of movie. This is like that, what was that, Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Brad Pitt?
I like that movie. We saw it together.
I thought you guys
No, I
raged
gave it
on
a
that.
I gave it a man. He gave it a rage.
Yeah,
we saw
gave
that
it a
together.
rage.
We held hands through that whole movie.
Next one up is...
At some point, I think I was spooning you.
It says Friday night at Freddy's. I'm pretty sure it's 5 nights at
I
Freddy's.
think you're right.
That would be 5 nights.
Yeah, I thought originally it was Five-Fingered Freddy at the
Because
Freehold.
I remember years ago when one of my nephews was, I don't know, early teens, and I asked his mother what to buy him for Christmas. She mentioned this, and I had no idea what the hell she was talking about.
And I still don't.
Like, what the hell is this? And it was these warped, twisted, like, dolls, and I'm like Land of Misfit Toys crap. I'm like, oh, okay. And they made a movie about it.
Well, it's a
So
video
there you go.
game apparently.
Yeah, video game.
Apparently.
Sorry, it's a video game. So, yeah, based on what I saw from the trailer, I can't see you guys liking it either. So I'm pretty sure you're raging that one too.
Interesting, Mur. Very interesting.
Last one,
Yes.
which is Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, you probably thought we
which
hated this
played
one.
at the Calgary International Film Festival. And if people might
Totally
remember,
not my type of movie.
I recommended it and I talked about it before the festival started as being one to watch out for. But somehow, Bryce missed it at the festival.
So did I.
You missed it too?
Because I found out it was going to be playing at my local cinema, not at the festival. So I'm like, yeah.
We
I
filled
should-
that
But you had to wait a
space.
whole month to see it.
That's
so.
okay.
That's all
we
right.
filled the space with movies we aren't going to
But
get in
considering
Absence
it's
makes the heart grow
like
fonder.
almost 3 hours, it's got plenty of subtitles, plenty of talking,
It's
and
only
plenty of
2.5
walking.
hours.
And it won all kinds of awards at the
That doesn't
Cannes
mean
Film
anything to
Festival.
us.
I know, but because of all that, I think you guys probably mondoed that one.
Okay.
Mondoed it. Well, we'll see if
Mondoed
you're right.
it.
I don't know, Merman.
Mondoed
I
it.
think you might be way off base this week.
think
I think
might
this
be
may
off
be
base?
his worst week
It
ever.
Worst
sounds
week
like
ever.
it. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
then,
see.
We will see.
Murman. All right, so Freelance. Freelance.
Nothing to do with freeing anybody named Lance.
Now, did you get to see this with your significant other?
I did.
All right. Was it a cozy hand-holding event? Was there some cuddling going on?
I don't remember. Yeah, probably.
Right.
What else was there to do?
Was it
during this
a
movie?
one large popcorn event?
Well, as per usual, she got her thing. I got my large popcorn, and somehow my large popcorn became her popcorn as well.
Of course, that's what
a story
happens.
for another time.
Exactly.
Freelance is the movie equivalent of taking $40 million, wiping your ass with it, and flushing it down the toilet. It is an unfortunate addition to the filmography of John Cena, who is always entertaining, or should I say, used to be always entertaining, as he looked as bored starring in this as I was watching it. The only thing this film had going for it is Juan Pablo Raba as dictator President Venegas. His performance got me to smile a few times, and I even laughed out loud once. But that was not enough to make up for the sheer lack of anything in this movie. It was rarely funny. The action was flat. The actors looked like they wanted to be anywhere else, except, of course, for Juan Pablo Raba, who was giving it his all. I cannot believe with the star power of Cena and a substantial budget, a better film was not made. This was a $40 million rage.
$40 million.
Which is not a lot in today's Hollywood.
John Carpenter could make 40 movies for $40 million.
That's right.
True.
That's right.
And half of them would be good.
That's right. At least half of them would be
Least
good.
half.
So, I'm the first one to admit to have a dry humping man crush on the Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So it pains me to say that seeing him in this movie
I felt bad for him.
was supposed to be the highlight of my weekend.
Yes.
Except, what I can only imagine was someone's worst dream of making what I think was a Paladonian soap opera into a movie is what I got instead. This is like negative chemistry between Cena and Alison Brie.
Holy crap.
And a story that is predictable, done a million times before in the likes of, say, Romancing the Stone or some kind of updated Indiana Jones type movie. I mean, it had copious amounts of gunshots that were idiotic, where it made by complete incompetence by literally everybody in the movie except Cena. Alison Brie, who normally I find charming and endearing, was annoying and flat for most of every single scene. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty bored the entire movie, which is kind of what you said.
Just like the actors.
Who knew that we would both say that same thing? We didn't even see this together. No. We didn't even spoon watching it.
No.
The only thing that I kind of liked...
That would have made it better, though, Jim.
Yeah, well, a little bit better. The only thing I kind of liked, which you kind of alluded to as well, was the dude who played the director.
Yeah. The dictator.
Yeah, that guy.
The director.
The director. Well, he was kind of directing what was happening.
Well, dictators, that's what they do. They direct
they
stuff.
direct stuff. And don't even get me starting on how repulsive Christian Slater is in this.
Oh my God.
He is the
Christian
worst.
Slater.
He is the most annoying person. He has one note. Like, as much as Al Pacino has two notes, Christian Slater now has one note. And it's to fucking annoy me until I want to puke. This was the worst Cena movie that's ever been made.
Yep.
And no surprise, the director of Taken
Yes.
has taken about 2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
Yeah.
This was so completely awful. I used to have a dry humping man crush boner on John Cena, but I now have a dry humping rage for this movie. This was like literally the worst movie I think I've seen this year. It's going to be up there in the top 10 worst movies of this year.
It was so bad.
I can't even describe how terrible this was.
I was watching it just dumbfounded. I'm like, why? What? John Cena has so much momentum right now.
And talent.
And then this. It's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, like, are you wanting me to not love you anymore?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is terrible, Murray. You'd probably like it, actually.
I would like it. Plus, I like Christian Slater.
Christian Slater is so
Oh.
repulsive.
I like
in this.
everything he's in.
So repulsive in this.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind Christian Slater, but in this,
No,
he was-
I find him as repulsive.
I
in
know you
everything.
do. and
He's got
that's on
zero.
you.
He's got zero talent. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hey, man, pump up the volume.
I'm sorry. How is that correcting
Hello,
my comment?
Heathers.
Hey, man, Heathers.
The movie was good.
Hey, man, very bad things.
He's rich. He's
Legend of Billie Jean.
Hey, man, no,
he's-
no,
he's
no. Legend.
he's
You had me, Murray, until that.
okay. I'm not gonna change my viewpoint. He's still Christian Slater, the one note actor in everything he plays.
Yeah, you know
Which
what?
is tired
You
and
know what I
old.
was actually thinking while I was watching this.
What?
If you were to like plug in like generic action movie, blah blah, into like Chat GPT,
Yes.
this is what would have happened.
an
Like
AI.
I've never made that analogy before, but this
What are you
seemed
talking? I
like
talked about that the other week.
no, we
No,
talked
this-
about, but this I believe
the
this
whole movie
script-
was written.
No,
This script could have been written by Chat GPT.
Yeah, no, this is a new thing now.
Yeah.
I see on Facebook and everywhere else is they remake old classics or old superhero characters, whatever, and they use AI to produce them. So I guess this is like a movie that AI would have produced.
It's like this there was like this was just nothing. This was such a bland nothing of a movie that
Yep.
Bad.
it could only have been created by
I
something
will
with
wait
zero
for it to
creativity.
come out on
Or like ChatGPT.
Like a computer.
That's
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Anyways.
Well, let's go from Freelance, which was a terrible movie,
yes.
to Five Nights at Freddy's, right? It's not Five Fingered.
Five Nights.
You know what it was? That he kept planting me.
Freddy got fingered five times.
Yes.
That's what he kept saying to me all the time before we
On
watched it.
Friday.
That's right.
It is based on a video game, which apparently the kids all love.
Really?
Yeah.
Kids like getting fingered.
Yeah.
They like the Five Nights
I
at
know I
Freddy's.
like getting fingered. So
Interesting.
here's my review of Five Nights at Freddy's Fingers.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah story.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. Mary Stuart Masterson,
Oh,
who's
God.
repulsive.
She's awful.
Blah, blah, blah. PG-13 horror movie.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. Matthew Lillard is not in enough movies.
That's true.
But does his shaggy do-ness have enough awesome to counter MSM's repulsiveness? More on that to come.
Okay.
But enough about her.
Yes.
What we did get is not enough Doug the lawyer,
Doug the
who
Lawyer.
is almost as awesome
Doug the Lawyer. He was
as
great.
Matthew Lillard.
He was.
Played by Michael P. Sullivan.
They need to make just a movie that
They need
focuses
to
on Doug the Lawyer.
We need to have a movie called Doug the Lawyer.
Yes.
And then that would be possibly the best movie I've seen this year.
maybe ever.
Yeah, maybe ever. But we did get some super creepy CLF robot mascots, a lot of flashbacks of our lead's younger brother being abducted, some jump scares, a robot mascot non-blood related deaths, and fuck me, this had way too much story and not enough blood.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the story makes any sense whatsoever
No.
for what is supposed to be happening at all during the entire movie, because you got CLF ghosts who possess robot mascots, a cop that nothing she does or says makes any sense through the entire movie, but she's not alone, Because right up until the end, nothing made sense.
No.
The cop, story...
She was alone. She was always alone. I don't understand how this cop is just... was she on the clock?
I have no idea
why was she there?
Yeah, none of it made any sense. Why is she showing up at his house?
Like, what is going on?
He's the security.
I know. So what is she doing there? Well, this makes no sense.
So the cop, the story premise, and the coincidence of Mike's brother from Nebraska, and ultimately the entire story is dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, is a rage. And I have some unpacking to do.
All right, well, you can do your unpacking real quick.
All right.
But I'll give my review.
But wait, before you do that...
Okay, we got something?
I was just going to throw one more thing in here.
All right.
Bryce was enjoying this so much when we watched it in cinemas together that he fell asleep. So he had to go back and watch it a second time.
I thought you were going to watch it at home.
No, we watched it in cinemas.
You actually paid money to see
Of course we did.
Wow.
We absolutely did.
100% Merman.
Because we go to the cinemas.
That's what we do.
Now, what were you going to say about Five Fingers at Freddy's finger?
Freddy getting fingered 5 times on Friday night. Basically, this is real quick. Video game movies suck. So did Five Nights at Freddy's. It is another PG-13 horror film that is handcuffed by its rating to be anything but the bland borefest that it is. The story is dumb, and I'm trying to imagine how the video game it is based on could possibly be entertaining in any way. This is just another offering to the scrap heap of video game movies. This is an animatronic rage.
So I have some unpacking to do.
All right.
But first, just so we know where we're at here on the Amazing Murman predicts, he's actually 4 for 4.
4 for 4
so far.
Yeah, but he's got
This
one. He's got Anatomy of a Fall to come, and there's no way we both mondoed that, Jim.
There's no possible way.
Not even possible.
I'm just saying Murray has a chance because he's never been at 100% this far into an episode.
That's true.
So this could be the perfect Merman moment.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
So first off, do we even know who's paying this guy to guard Freddy's, and why the fuck that he's even guarding it? That in itself I couldn't get past because I'm kind of like,
I guess Matthew Lillard set him up with this. Must be also paying him as a secret.
But like, for what reason? For what absolute reason are they paying? Are they paying them because they basically want guards to feed the children?
Yeah, I guess.
But that's not even what happened. It's just
everybody knows that children love eating security guards.
Yeah, but they didn't. They just killed them when they were bad.
Everything was off camera, Jim. We didn't see any of the guard eating by the children. It totally must have happened.
We saw their bodies later.
Yeah, we would see, it's like, oh, something's going to happen, and then the camera would cut away and we wouldn't see anything, and then they'd show, oh, he's dead now.
Or whatever.
Or bleeding.
He was eating or something.
Well, no.
Yeah, I can't.
Was there even any blood in this? I don't even know what
I don't understand why he's there. Like that. They should have had something. Speaking of Chat GPT, who wrote? Did they watch the video game and they got the video game to write this movie?
Maybe.
Because that made no sense. And then we have to unpack this cop. I'm gonna give spoilers here because I truly hope that whoever listens to our podcast,
how can there be spoilers when nothing makes sense?
Nobody see this movie because it's so terrible.
It's awful.
But what is the purpose of that cop? Yeah, you find out later that she's related to Matthew Lillard's character. Mm-hmm. But the fact that she's everything she does is completely stupid, makes no sense whatsoever. And it's are you an actual cop? Because that's the only question I had by the end of the movie, is that was she an actual cop? Because everything she did made no sense.
She had a cop car. She had a badge.
She could have killed. Maybe she killed other cops too. Who knows? These are all things that add to the confusion of this movie.
Ball of confusion. That's what the world is today. Hey. Yeah.
And what about the Scooby-Doo ending? This was just like,
Well, you
is
had-
it because Matthew Lillard was in it?
Yeah, you had Shaggy in there, so why wouldn't you have a
And
Scooby-Doo?
he completely would have got
That
away
might be
with
the
it.
only clever thing that was in it is we got a Scooby-Doo ending. With Matthew Lillard.
He would have completely gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Yes.
Exactly.
Kids.
And kid plural. And can we talk about the fact that, and we've talked about this before, and it may come up in our next film, Murray, but how terrible that actor was that played the little girl.
Yeah, she was terrible.
I mean, what is it with American directors directing kids?
I don't know. There's
I don't
still
get
there's
it.
some kid actors in America, but yeah,
Not many.
Not many.
Well,
Not many.
I have a feeling, I'm not 100% sure this is going to, but I have a feeling that concept may come up a little later.
Well, I know it's going to because you're going to be gushing over a certain.
What are
actor
you
in
talking
that
about?
scene.
I'm not. Who says I'm gushing? Don't
Oh,
give
you'll
anything
be
away.
gushing.
Don't be giving anything away.
I mean,
Murray
maybe,
could still be wrong. I might have
Yeah,
hated
he
Anatomy
hated
of a
that
Fall.
little actor. He was terrible. Just like in Five Fingered Freddy.
Yeah. So, the best thing about this is kudos to Merman. That's what I'm going to say.
So far.
All right. But the last one we're going to talk about is Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will tell you a little bit about Anatomy of a Fall. Anatomy of a Fall is a film that follows the fallout when a man is found
I see
dead,
what you did there.
face down in the snow outside his chalet in the French Alps. What happens next is a journey that takes us through the investigation, the court case, and the complex relationships within a family. The film shows how compromise can eventually lead to resentment, and that resentment could lead to the end of a marriage. The performances in this are all worthy of praise, with Sandra Hüller portraying a calculated and strong-willed woman whose life is on the line as Sandra Voiter, and Milo Machado Grainer giving a brilliant performance as her young son Daniel, a sight-impaired victim of a tragic accident who loves his mom and dad and realizes that he does not want to lose them both. Plus, I would be remiss if I did not mention perhaps one of the most amazing performances of the year, as Messi completely amazed me with a performance as Snoop. I've never seen a dog with the range of this animal. The scene where the dog overdoses had my jaw dropping at the convincing portrayal. This dog not only gave the best performance by an animal this year, but it may have been the best performance by any actor, animal, or human this year. This was a very well acted film by everyone, and the story has a pace that slowly builds to some very impactful courtroom scenes that lead to a final bit of testimony that brilliantly wraps things up, while at the same time leaves you wondering what actually happened. This film leaves a lot of space for interpretation and discussion, which is a welcome change from the films from Hollywood that insist on neatly wrapping things up, complete with a bow on top. Director Justine Triet has created a beautiful film that takes the simple premise of a man falling to his death and extrapolating that into a superior character-driven courtroom drama with more than a little suspense, along with some powerhouse performances that will leave you amazed. This was absolutely Mondo.
What? Murray just did the tick a box symbol.
Yeah, but now Jim's review's coming in, and
that's
there's no
true.
way Jim agreed with me.
Yeah. You know what?
Love this freaking movie.
After hearing you talk about it, I maybe don't like this as much as I thought I did. This is a tour de force of acting talent at the complete top of every single person's game, as Bryce has already said. From our lead, Sandra Hüller, to her son, played by Milo Machado Grainer, to the dog, to every single character in
dog
this
was so good.
film. Speaking of characters, even the music,
Yeah,
which
the
is
music was-
brilliant
it was.
and feels like a character unto itself, where from scene one, the music takes over the scene, and each time the
Man,
music
does
is
it.
on, it's portraying a life as complex and rich as the human characters that are developed in this film. This film does not hold back on the emotion and turmoil that everyone goes through about a wife accused of murdering her husband. It takes you on a journey that is tense and layered and draws you into a story I never wanted to end. Ultimately, this is a courtroom film, like no other.
Yep.
Not once in this film do you feel you know for sure what is happening, what is going to happen, or what just did happen. There are very subtle things you can read into this about one way or the other. I won't say what, but I think we can all agree on a few things here.
All right.
Number one, her husband was a loser and probably did deserve to die. So there's that.
No, he didn't deserve to
Totally
die.
deserved to die.
So whether he don't
died,
agree on that.
So whether he died by suicide or he died by murder, everybody that was watching was happy that he was dead.
I wasn't
Maybe
happy.
he got drunk and fell out the window.
He could have done it. He was a drunk.
Possible.
He was a drunk, Murray.
That's a possibility,
That's true.
Merman.
The other thing that we can agree on is this may be the best courtroom film that has ever been made.
I think I'll agree on that. I do like some courtroom
I did
films.
say the way this may.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this on the level with To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I love To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, so did I. Proves our theory that European CLFs can act and outact any North American CLF 10-1. I'm using 10-1 odds here because I know you're a betting man.
Okay.
Because for every 10 American-made films that have CLFs in it,
Yeah.
you just need one European actor,
I will give
and they're
you the-
going to knock them out.
The European kid actors just are freaking amazing, at least every one that we see.
Yeah, and the fourth thing that I think we can all agree on is this film is Mondo. But the fifth thing is that Murray is batting 1,000.
Wow.
Is that a right baseball term?
That is exactly it. That means that he has not missed.
He has
hit every single one.
He has hit
He's
everything.
not only batting 1,000, he actually knocked it out of the park with every hit.
That's right.
That's 6 home runs he just hit.
He just hit 6.
Holy crap, Merman.
So we do what?
Such a coincidence that the World Series is going on right now.
You know, I don't even know what baseball is.
What's a World Series?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But there's a few things that we have to unpack. Bryce had already mentioned it, and of course I also mentioned it. There is a dog in this movie.
Yep.
Just like in this room that we're in
There's
now.
a dog in this room.
Exactly. There is a dog in this movie that I do not know how they got the performances out of this dog, because there's no way that anything was CGI'd in this. This dog pretends it's dying, and then has its tongue stuck out, like that it's overdosing, and like the whole scene is so brilliantly done.
It's amazing.
I cannot believe the acting out of this dog, but also this kid. There is dialogue and scenes in this movie that this kid actor, he is so beyond even most actors.
Yeah.
He is so seasoned. I want to see every single thing this kid has ever done, what he will ever do. I've added him as one of my favorites within IMDb, and I will follow him for the rest of his life. The natural suspense of the first scene and how amazing the suspense was. And the music, like the beginning of the movie opens with this scene with the music.
Yeah.
And it sets the tone for the whole movie.
Yep.
And then, did you not feel that too? That the director basically just used music so perfectly, because there's moments where there's zero sound because the kid is visually impaired. So how they used music in this,
everything
was
just
brilliant.
It was
So brilliant.
It was just a brilliantly made film. It's one of it's going to be on my top 10 this year.
Yeah, it probably will be too.
All right.
You would have liked this movie, Murray.
I think you would have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they spoke a lot of English.
They spoke a lot of
If I would've had time
English.
to see it during the festival, I may have.
Yep. Well, you can still see it.
I did bring it to at least 3 different audiences to enjoy. So
That's right.
There you go.
I guess
Nice.
You're welcome, Calgary.
There you go. It's all up to Murray.
That's right.
Murray. Hey, I know that music.
That's right.
Okay, Murr, knock our socks off.
He's already knocked our socks off already.
I don't think I will. I think he may be a little ragey, but I don't really care.
Well, then take your time telling
Not
us
me.
so that we can fill in with some rage.
You who disagrees with everything I ever say.
That's not true. We
there's-
agree all the time.
No, not very
I can go back to many episodes where you two 100% agreed on things.
Exactly. He's always saying, "Oh, we never agree," but we agree more than you think. There.
All I
man.
know is every time I have something, you always disagree with everything, every
That's
point of view I
not
have.
true.
Your vision and memory is
All right.
closed.
You think so? And
Let's see this.
This past weekend being Halloween,
Right.
Yes.
spoiler alert, yes.
Okay.
We had some fun at Cuff's 12-hour
We did.
horror movie.
It was a good time.
And the Bryce man apparently stayed the whole night.
I did. I was there right till the closing credits of Trick or Treat at 7 a.m.
I left once the breakfast was done, but then again, unfortunately I was so busy helping out, I didn't get a chance to see any film.
Nope.
Not 1 minute.
It was packed in there. Holy
I know
crap.
it was a busy crowd, which was good.
They kept on selling tickets.
They kept selling more tickets. Even though there was no seats, they just kept
they
selling
just
more
kept
tickets.
on selling.
Like,
Well,
okay.
somebody's gonna leave. I
Someone
guess.
will leave, but they
And then
didn't. But
I
they
did.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started helping Murray.
I was
right.
surprised at how many people were still there for the
it
last
was-
movie.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
So on All Hallows Night, which was the actual Halloween night, I stayed home and didn't hand out candy to kids.
What?
Static
I didn't
little
have
peeps.
any, and they didn't show up anyway.
Oh, well, that worked out.
Oh, I thought you just ate an entire
No,
bag yourself.
they never show up. But this year I actually didn't buy any. I did watch a horror movie.
Oh.
And considering I don't really like them,
It's true.
that's saying something.
All
Yep.
right.
This one was called
Yes.
The Amityville Horror.
The original?
Oh, you didn't watch the
No,
Ryan Reynolds one.
Not that one.
Oh,
I'm sure these
Stop
two
it.
will go on and on about how great the original was. This one was from 2005 and starred
hurry.
my other man crush, the one not named Hemsworth. That's right, Ryan Reynolds himself.
Oh my goodness.
Told you, you're gonna rage. As much as I love the dude, he's not enough to make me sit through a horror film.
What?
So-
Murray?
But you throw in an 8-year-old CLF, Chloe Grace Moretz, in her first film, and Philip Baker Hall
Philip
What?
Baker
as an
Hall.
I
exorcist
know we
type
do.
priest.
Yeah.
And it was better than anything else on TV that night.
Nice.
Rai really scared the crap out of me. Not in a jump out of my seat way.
He kind of scares me
but
sometimes
just
too.
to watch him go really dark
Mm-hmm.
and become a complete dick was disturbing.
Nice.
Turns out he went totally method, and he was a jerk to the kids during the filming as well. Now I've never seen an Amity film, though apparently there were like 8 of them.
That sounds
I
right.
guess this was based on real events.
It was.
Even though it was shot in 2005, it was still
an
set in the
interpretation of real
70s. So it had a real vintage feel to it.
Nice.
Apart from Reynolds' chilling portrayal, the young Chloe Grace Moretz was outstanding. I was disappointed there wasn't much killing in the movie,
No.
but it was still pretty creepy. Overall, I actually enjoyed it.
You should watch the original.
Not a mondo, but for a horror film, it was a decent meh.
No.
Did you?
So-
Did they? I forget. Did they say "Get Out" in the remake too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of the house, yeah.
Yeah. But that the house said "Get Out."
Oh, yeah, no. When
Okay. I hadn't seen it since it
when
came
Philip
out.
Baker Hall, the priest,
Yeah.
comes in to try to cleanse the whole house,
Yes.
Get out.
he gets chased out by the house.
Yep.
Like, he gets pushed across the room, and he goes running to his car.
Yep.
I'm like, nope,
Enough
too
of
bad.
this.
And
I'm
it
out.
says
Enough
and
of
it
this.
says "Get Out."
It does say get out.
Nice. That was the
So,
only.
yeah, so that was the only Halloween-y thing I did.
There you go.
Nice.
I did enjoy it
Nice.
for a horror movie.
Nice.
There you go.
And I followed it up watching Zombieland. Was that
Oh,
directed?
Zombieland.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love
There you go.
Zombieland.
That's right. So you
There you
finished
go.
off good anyway.
There you go.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
sweet rage. My rage this week is real simple.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Right on.
It's Mary Stuart Masterson.
Yeah, she's there. She's the worst.
She has the ability to ruin a movie, even that was going to be ruined anyway. She's still repulsive, and I predicted that when Bryce had to go see a movie with her in it recently too. And I just don't want her in any more movies. That's my rage.
It's good rage. She seems to be making a comeback, which is like really scary to me.
I know. It's terrible.
Yeah. The fact that I've seen her in 2 movies in a month is just it's not anything that anybody should have to go through.
You're her new biggest fan.
It's a form of torture.
I'm almost speechless just trying to I'm gonna have flashbacks of this month probably 10, 12 years from now, and just like I'll wake up in the middle of the night just screaming, and Kim will go, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Mary Stuart Masterson.
She ruined your October.
She's she's awful. Alright, I may have raged about this in the past, I don't know, but video game movies is my rage again, if that's the case. They are all bad except for Werewolves Within and the first Resident Evil, which is, it's okay.
It's watchable.
It's watchable, but the rest of them are not. Like every single, go down the list, like they're all terrible. Every single video game movie is awful. Beyond awful.
Wait, did you see the Super Mario movie?
I did, and it was awful.
Okay, just so I know.
Yeah.
You're talking about the
it
cartoon,
also doesn't,
not the original.
Doesn't help
the one that just came out this
doesn't
year.
help that Uwe Boll directed about half of them.
That was a cartoon, though.
I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, it was animated.
It's still a movie.
The new one's animated, yeah.
I'm thinking
the original was also, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Also terrible.
Dennis Hopper.
Still terrible.
Yes. I'm going to talk about John Leguizamo real quick here, actually.
You do that.
Interesting.
It has nothing to do with, well, actually, it does have to do with rage as well, unfortunately. But it's not about him. I love John Leguizamo.
Who doesn't?
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Okay, that beautiful sound of music. The hills are alive with the sound of the lists. So, for those of you who are listening to us for the first time, first off, welcome aboard and thank you. And this segment is called The Lists, and you can find our lists on our website at filmrageyyc.com. There is 5. There is repulsive. There is mesmerizing. There is doubted, undoubted. And then the past mesmerizing actors. So we have created a list of mesmerizing actors, and then we realized that you cannot have a list where they're 100% mesmerizing all the time. If you have 2 actors, both mesmerizing, they can't be mesmerizing all the time if they're in the same movie.
No, one's got to be more mesmerizing
One's got to be more mesmerizing than the other. So we were charged by the Mur to see the currently mesmerizing actor Christian Bale versus the current mesmerizing actor Frances McDormand in a movie called Laurel Canyon. Now I remember seeing this in cinemas when it came out.
I know that I went to it in cinemas when it came out, but I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I feel like
I know I went.
Yeah, I do too.
Don't remember it at all.
And I seem to remember. I don't remember what happened, which is not normally a good sign. But this movie is truly awful.
It's an awful movie.
It's super, super awful.
Like, it is beyond bad. It is trash.
It is, I don't want to say the only good thing in it, but, I was also surprised for a movie this terrible that Frances McDormand would get as naked as she is in this entire movie.
Yeah, why is she getting naked in this movie?
In a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't she in, like, one of the movies, like, that is a really good movie?
Yeah.
I'm not,
Well, she was like 8 months pregnant in Fargo.
She still could have been naked in that. It was
What
a
does
much
that have
better
to do
movie.
with the price of tea in China?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, naked pregnant women are also awesome.
should
Naked everybody.
Yeah, everybody should
I would have
be
been
naked.
happy if Christian Bale was also naked in this. Whatever, but not this. Have him in Batman be naked. Whatever. So
Naked Batman.
naked Batman.
Coming to a theater near you.
That's right. Coming to a theater near you.
Yes. Coming so hard
So
to a
hard
near
to
theater near you.
So, I'm just gonna say it. I thought Frances McDormand was better than Christian Bale.
Yeah, I've literally got it written down here. Frances McDormand, I guess.
Yes.
And because I will say that they had one scene together where they were actually both very good and they got very emotional. And that was actually a good scene in a bad movie.
Yes.
And that was kind of the deal breaker for me. I'm like, okay, this is the scene that's going to determine this. As soon as that scene started, I'm like, this is where I make my decision.
Yes.
And at the end of the scene, I leaned Frances McDormand.
Yes.
And also because she was kind of consistent through the whole movie where Christian Bale wasn't. Christian Bale was very good in that scene.
Yes.
Not quite as good as her. Makes her more mesmerizing.
Yep.
Keeps her on the list.
Yep.
And bye-bye Christian Bale.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because our love of Christian Bale is pretty deep.
The Guy and the Machinist, probably one of the most mesmerizing roles ever.
That would have been his next one, but
Yeah.
Oh, who's
Who would
who's
he
in
have
the
been
Machinist?
against?
Michael Ironside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Michael Ironside.
You know, we
would've
should
been
just
gone.
watch that anyway. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
Michael Ironside would have.
No, there's no way.
You
Are
can't
you
say
high?
that. Perhaps a little, but
Didn't Bale lose like 100 pounds for that role?
he
It
lost.
might not
he
have been
was,
that.
He was
much.
almost dead in that
Yeah.
movie.
He was dead in that.
He was so good in that.
so
movie.
dead.
Anyways, all right. Bye, Christian.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say I'm sad to see him go.
I am also sad to see him go, but you know what? You run into Frances McDormand. That's what happens.
That's right. A naked Frances McDormand
Yes.
to boot. She crushed him in her nudity.
Yes.
All right, what do we got going on? What do you got for? What treats have you got for us for
Well,
next
when
week?
I was updating the list, which took me several hours again, I seemed to notice that Ellen Burstyn, who's
Yes.
still on our list,
Okay.
Yep.
I managed to find on here 6 different times. 6 different people still on our list that she went up against.
What?
So I guess we should probably start knocking some of these people off. So
These losers.
So
Total
here
losers.
we go. Let's start off hot. We've got
Ellen Burstyn.
and Joaquin Phoenix
Whoa.
in The Yards, which is also starring Mark Wahlberg and James Caan.
This sounds terrible.
Probably will be.
Sorry, it's called the what?
In the yard.
The Yards.
The
Why?
Yards.
I don't know. I think I
Faye
even know
Dunaway's
it.
in it too.
Oh, I've seen this.
Okay. I've probably.
Yeah,
You're not
and
going to be happy
Top
about
billed
this.
cast is Mark Wahlberg, followed by Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, for crying out
And then a
loud.
couple down there is Ellen Burstyn.
All right. Well, Alan Burstyn versus Joaquin Phoenix in the yards. Okay. I am not like super.
I have a
stoked about
feeling
this.
that Ellen Burstyn isn't in it long enough. So
Probably that's okay. I got 5 more for her if that one doesn't.
All right.
qualify.
So I might be watching the yards for no reason.
That's right.
Can't wait.
But you haven't seen it, so there you go.
I think I might have.
Well,
I
she's
don't know.
way down there. She's like maybe 2 away from Joaquin.
There are
so-
there are thousands and thousands of movies that I think I haven't seen until I watch them for 5 minutes and go, oh yeah, I've seen this.
Yep. This is one of
It's kind of
Wahlberg's
hard for me
early
not to
films.
watch.
This
a
is one of
movie.
Wahlberg's early films, so
Oh, wonderful.
yeah.
Does he sing Good Vibrations in it?
Probably
No.
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The big question for me is going to be, is this before James Caan started dialing it in, or was it when he was still at the top of his game?
I guess we'll find
Because the
out.
2000s is kind of where I think he started.
Yeah, man, when he went off a cliff once that started.
He sure did. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
All right then.
I'm sure you are.
Last week on Rage or Dare, Bryce decided to take the last nugget from Jim's leprechaun-like pot of gold at the end of the rage bow. And the treasure, and I use that term very loosely, was Katherine Heigl's 2012 film, One for the Money. This week, Jim has no option but to snuggle into the bosom of his god of rage and gain comfort from my sweet, sweet bag of evil remakes. Now let's check in with Bryce and see if the power of John Leguizamo and his awesome sauce can mask the stench that usually emanates from a Katherine Heigl performance.
No, it can't, AK there, Casey. No, it can't. I should just leave it at that, but I won't.
Thank God.
One for the Money is a film that calls upon all of the actors to do their worst Joyzy accents for 90 minutes. An unemployed woman, played awfully by the repulsive Katherine Heigl, becomes a bounty hunter. An unemployed woman becomes a bounty hunter and tries to bring in a high school boyfriend that broke her heart years ago, in high school, for a $50,000 bond.
A what?
And that's like the basic premise for this story. Oh, and that dude she's trying to bring in is also a police officer, but he's evading the police as he's trying to prove his innocence by conducting an investigation into something that I'm not sure how all the pieces fit, and I don't even know why solving this would get him off the murder charge that he's wanted for.
Huh. That sounds interesting.
It's quite confusing.
Sounds really interesting.
And John Leguizamo shows up and shows that he is only human and not even him.
He's born to make mistakes.
Not even him
He was in Mario Brothers.
could save this dumpster fire of a movie. The beginning of this is dumb. The middle is dumb, and the end is even dumber. I mean, Katherine Heigl is she's still repulsive, and One for the Money is a rage. Nothing made sense. It was played for laughs. There were no laughs.
Not even one little chortle?
Not even one. I mean, there was, and like I don't know what I was watching. Having said that, this was a total rage. It's probably the best Katherine Heigl movie I've ever seen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot for you.
Seen them all.
It was the best Katherine Heigl
No,
movie.
he hasn't seen them all
Oh,
yet.
he will.
Oh, yeah, he's,
But it was still a total rage.
Murray's shaking his ice cream bucket of rage.
I'm sure there's a couple in there.
Yeah. You know what?
I think
sometimes...
you know what? That's low-hanging fruit, and I don't know why you guys would keep on picking out Katherine Heigl movies, because
it's fun.
Well, it's either that or James Marsden movies.
right.
It's gonna be either. We write it ourselves. You want to dare us to see something? Pick something off our repulsive list.
Yeah, it's not hard.
or our doubted list. It's pretty much there. All right. Well, I got to pick from Casey's bag of evil remakes. What fucking awful evil remake is he going to get me to watch this week? What? Oh my God. The Shaggy Dog from 2006.
Is that a Chevy Chase thing, or is that...
Sounds Chevy Chasey.
I think Chevy Chase did a Shaggy Dog. Because the original was like Dean Jones or something in the 60s.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love the original Shaggy
I think
Dog.
this is a Chevy Chase.
Shaggy.
I think.
What do you think? Is it?
I think it is. Let me just look it up. But yeah, is he a lawyer, but then he turns into a dog?
Sounds like a werewolf movie.
But not like... Yeah, not like a werewolf dog. Oh my... Okay, this one has got...
Oh, wait, it's worse. It's got Tim Allen in it.
Shaggy DA is Dean Jones.
Yeah.
Shaggy Dog.
It's Tim
Well,
Allen.
there's two of them. One is Tim Allen, and then 1984 they made Ed Begley Jr. version.
Nope, this is the 2006 one.
I don't remember this.
Yeah,
And I like my Tim Allen.
And I don't.
And it's
so
got
it should
one
be
of the
interesting.
Sex and the City girls in it.
Oh well, that's
As long as it wasn't Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall.
Well, you don't have to watch it. So
I don't have to watch it. What do I care?
And Danny Glover.
Damn, I wish he was in this.
And the Robert Downey is also in it. So there you go.
And Philip Baker Hall's in this.
Philip Baker Hall. There you go.
This could be. This
and
could be.
Jane Curtin.
This could be like the best movie that's ever been dared for us to watch.
That's right.
Maybe.
The only thing that that's ever got a Mondo, I think, was Freddy Got Fingered.
No, I gave a Mondo out.
Did you?
I think I gave Dick Tracy a Mondo.
Oh, no, you gave that a man.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
I would like to you to look back at that. I'm pretty sure because that was a great movie.
It wasn't that great.
I loved it.
Oh, good. I think you might have just liked it.
I think I loved it.
You know what? We're not going to have this argument.
Well, there
Please-
is no argument because I know what I like.
Apparently, sometimes you
Apparently.
don't. It's half the time you're wrong about what you think you thought. So, yeah. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, for the voice of Rage or Dare and our God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. Make sure you buy your granny some granny panties on the Film Rage merch site. We always want to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, or send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us a rage. That's it for this week. A rage on!